You see that right there. That is the starting lineup for this game against New Zealand, and there's Caitlin Clark. I mean, that sounds like great news, but nah, not so much. They played her as small forward some. She was off the ball. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't understand it.
Hell just froze over. After months of controversy, after being left off the Olympic roster, after endless debates about whether she deserved a spot on Team USA, Caitlin Clark finally got her name in the starting lineup against New Zealand. You'd think that would be the end of the story. You'd think the coaches finally figured it out, but watch what actually happened during that game, because what they did with the biggest draw in women's basketball reveals a coaching strategy that makes absolutely no sense.
They played her as small forward some. She was off the ball. What are we doing? What are we doing? I don't understand it. Let Caitlin Clark play point guard. Period. Let her be dynamic. Let her be a playmaker. And even with all this, she was still just that. An instigator of violence on the court against New Zealand. And it was wonderful, absolutely, to see Caitlin Clark. Let's just come over here. She played 23 minutes, 14 points, and 6 assists.
23 minutes, 14 points, 6 assists, plus 24 on the court. Those are solid numbers for someone who's supposed to be learning the international game. But here's what those stats don't tell you. They played her as a small forward for significant stretches, off the ball, standing in the corner while other guards ran the offense. The player who led the nation in assists at Iowa, who revolutionized the point guard position with her court vision and passing range, was reduced to a spot-up shooter. It's like buying a Ferrari and only driving it in second gear.
But they played her off the ball a lot in this game. She was MIA during parts of the third quarter. There's still no real rhyme or reason to these substitutions and starting lineups that the U.S. is using right now. I don't get it. You were probably sitting there watching the game if you were watching on True TV and you were like, wait a minute, where is the game? What happened? My feed and a lot of people's feeds went black during this.
And then there's this technical disaster. Multiple viewers reported their feeds going completely black during the game. Not buffering, not lagging, just straight to a black screen for 3 to 4 minutes. This happened on True TV, which is owned by TNT, a network that's supposed to be broadcasting premium sports content. Some fans missed entire stretches of the third quarter, the same quarter where Caitlin went MIA on the court anyway. So between the coaching decisions and the production failures, fans were getting a double dose of frustration.
So, Caitlin Clark, let's just watch from long range right here. Let me just turn that down, way downtown. Long one. Boom. Knocks it down. No problem. No problem at all for Caitlin Clark. How about this? Oh, this was awesome. These defenders, forget about it. No chance. No chance. The little slight fadeaway for the two. I mean, that's a work of art. That is a work of art from Caitlin Clark. I mean, seriously, forget about it.
Look at this sequence. Way downtown, she pulls up from deep, and it's nothing but net. That's the Caitlin Clark that packed college arenas. That's the player who broke viewership records. But then watch the next possession. She's standing in the corner, not touching the ball, while the offense stagnates in the half court. The contrast is jarring. When she has the ball in her hands, she's an instigator of violence on the court. When she doesn't, she's just another body on the floor. And the coaches keep choosing the second option.
I mean, that's a work of art. That is a work of art from Caitlin Clark. I mean, seriously, forget about it. And then how about a little Paige Becker's Caitlin Clark action? Right here with the little pass from Paige. A little pull-up jump shot, knocked her down, knocked Caitlin down. Of course, they didn't call a foul. I mean, I got to say this, though. I got to keep it real. Referees they've been a little bit better than the WNBA refs throughout this this international play. I haven't out loud cursed these referees one time until this play right here.
This fadeaway right here is a work of art. The footwork, the body control, the touch. The New Zealand defender had no chance. But here's what should concern USA Basketball. They're not designing plays to get her these opportunities. She's creating them herself despite the system, not because of it. And when she does get fouled on plays like this, the referees aren't calling it. To be fair, the international refs have been better than WNBA officials this season, but that's a low bar. This was the first time in the entire game where the officiating became a legitimate complaint. She got knocked down on the shot, no whistle, and the play just continued.
We finally got Caitlin in the lineup, but again, it was like, how are they playing her? Seriously, they pick rocks out of a bag blindfolded, bruh. There's still no rhyme or reason to it. I mean, we don't know. Yeah, right here, hell froze over. I mean, good God. It's about damn time. Yeah, but they shut her out. They did shut her out again. For stretches of this game.
The substitution patterns make no sense. There's no rhyme or reason to when she comes in or goes out. It's like they're picking rocks out of a bag blindfolded. She'll be on fire, making plays, energizing the team, and then suddenly she's on the bench for 6 minutes. Then she comes back in cold and has to rebuild her rhythm. Meanwhile, Ryan Howard played 17 minutes and put up 18 points with 2 assists. Solid performance, but the offense flows differently when Caitlin runs the point. The ball moves faster, players get better looks, and the pace increases. That's not a criticism of Howard, it's just recognizing what makes Clark special.
For crying out loud, let her cook. I mean, my God. Look, the rest of the team didn't just ball out scoring at all today. You know, but we know if Caitlin's got the ball, she will find the open person for the shot, cut into the basket, whatever. Or she'll just take a step back and do it herself. Do it herself. What a strange game. It was like kind of close. I looked down towards the end of the first quarter. It was like kind of close, and then boom, all of a sudden, it was like a 15-point lead out of nowhere. I don't know. I was in the Ben Daniel chat. I think we were all drinking, it felt like. It was like we all need to be using alcoholic beverages at this point to get through these games.
Here's the real problem. There are still stretches where her teammates on this USA roster won't even look at her. She'll be open, calling for the ball, and they'll force a contested shot instead. This isn't about basketball IQ or missing reads. This is about something else entirely. Put the ball in her hands, let her run the offense, let her make the reads, hit the open shooter, find the cutter, or pull up from 30 feet when the defense sags off. That's what she does. That's what made her the most exciting player in college basketball history. But instead, the coaching staff keeps trying to fit her into a system that neutralizes her greatest strengths. The game itself was strange from start to finish. New Zealand actually led 12-11 at one point. Then the USA went on a run and it became a blowout, finishing with a massive margin. But even in a dominant victory, the offensive flow looked disjointed. Too much standing around, too much half-court isolation, not enough transition opportunities. And if you were watching this game, you deserved hazard pay. It was rough, the pace was slow, the execution was sloppy at times, and the entertainment value was questionable. This is supposed to be Team USA showcasing the best of American basketball, but it looked more like a preseason scrimmage where nobody's quite sure what they're doing yet.
Good God. And it's still the same offense I'm watching. This offense has so much Stephanie White. The fingerprints of Stephanie White. Oh, half court. No transition. I mean, no running at all. No running gun. Forget about it. Pass, 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 pass. Wait till you grow a gray beard. Die of old age. Oh, God. The fever season's actually coming, I guess. This is it. We're, what, just a few hours away from losing a preseason game, allegedly, according to the WNBA. Tell me what you think. Peace. I'm out.
The offense has Stephanie White's fingerprints all over it. Half-court sets, minimal transition, pass after pass after pass until the shot clock winds down. It's methodical to the point of being boring. There's no flow, no rhythm, no pace that takes advantage of the athletic advantages Team USA has over most international competition. This is the same offensive philosophy that frustrated Indiana Fever fans all season. Slow it down, run the set play, don't push the tempo. And now it's infecting the national team. The result is basketball that's effective enough to win against overmatched opponents like New Zealand, but lacks the explosive quality that makes people want to watch. The Fever preseason is starting soon, allegedly. Another exhibition game that doesn't count in the standings but will be analyzed frame by fans desperate for any indication that things might be different this time. That the coaches might finally figure out how to maximize their best players' talents instead of minimizing them. But based on what we're seeing in these international games, there's not much reason for optimism. The same patterns keep repeating, the same questionable decisions keep getting made, the same talent keeps getting underutilized. So here's the question that matters. How long can USA Basketball keep winning despite their coaching decisions before they run into a team talented enough to exploit these flaws? Because playing Caitlin Clark off the ball isn't just bad strategy, it's actively making the team worse. You don't take the best passer in women's basketball and turn her into a spot-up shooter. You don't bench your most dynamic playmaker during crucial stretches. And you definitely don't ignore her when she's calling for the ball. The 14 points and 6 assists look fine in the box score. But anyone who actually watched the game knows she could have had 25 and 12 if they'd just let her play her game. If they'd given her the ball and said go make plays. If they'd trusted the player who broke every major scoring and passing record in college basketball history. Instead, we got another exhibition of coaching malpractice dressed up as a blowout victory, and fans are left wondering when, if ever, the people making these decisions will actually figure it out, when they'll stop trying to force the most talented offensive player in the women's game into a role that wastes her abilities. The good news is Team USA won by a massive margin. The bad news is they won despite their coaching, not because of it. And that's a problem that's eventually going to cost them when the competition gets better and the margin for error disappears. If you think USA Basketball is misusing Caitlin Clark, drop a comment. If you think I'm overreacting and the coaches know what they're doing, tell me why. Because from where I'm sitting, this looks like another case of the WNBA establishment refusing to adapt to a generational talent who plays the game differently than everyone else. And we've seen how that story ends.